I tend to only complete my projects enough to use them, and then I start using them, which makes it pretty hard to finish. This has happened with various versions of my desk project. I have a record player that works, but it looks pretty shitty, and it's just not done, and quite a few other projects. And in this video, I'm going to tackle a couple of those projects and hopefully finish them. In my last video, I built my dream desk, except it's not my dream desk yet. I left a lot of things incomplete. It wasn't very sturdy, definitely not sturdy enough to use power tools on or anything else that I want to do with it. And also, it looks pretty shitty because it's not stained and it's just not finished. The first issue, stability, was pretty simple. I just went by Home Depot, grabbed some 2x4s, and I drilled them in at the cross sections, and I added a post to add stability. The only thing that was difficult about this is that when I was picking 2x4s up, when I was loading them in the back of my car, I cracked my windshield. I'm pretty mad about that because, I'm not going to get into it, but it was ridiculous. I had no idea that was going to happen. I decided to stain the desk, even though I said that I wasn't going to in the last video because I don't stain things. But that's just me being stubborn, and I'm trying something new. The stain went on pretty well. I tried a few different ways to apply it. A paintbrush, and then a playing card. I just poured it on and spread it around. And the paintbrush worked. It was slow though, and when I was doing it, I thought it was going to leave streak marks all over. But that didn't end up happening. Paintbrush works great. And so does a card, but when I was pouring the stain on, I poured a bunch on the floor, like a bunch of it, and it was horrible to clean up. It's like when you spill oil, because it's oil-based paint. It's the same thing. You're changing your oil, and it gets everywhere. It's a nightmare to clean up. Boom. Let's check it. Check it out. Come on, focus. Look at that. That's sexy. I'm gonna do another coat of this in about 2 hours. And I'll be done. One project that I've been putting off is a chuck box, or like a camping, cooking, storage container. This is something that I'm building for a summer trip that I have planned. I'm going to drive about 2,000 miles around from Texas up around the eastern United States, around the Appalachian Mountains, and I need a good way to store my cooking stuff. So in Boy Scouts, we use a chuck box, and it's like a big version of what I'm making that holds all the kitchen gear. And what I'm making is much smaller, but it fits a stove in it, and it fits a Dutch oven, and it has space for some other cooking essentials. In the end, these projects were pretty simple to finish off. I don't know why I put things like this off, because the parts that I don't end up doing aren't that different from the parts that I do, and I enjoy the parts that I do, and I enjoyed finishing these projects. It was more satisfying to have an end result that I was proud of, and I think this is something everyone can learn from, to just follow through, and sometimes motivation comes and goes, and I recognize that, and that's kind of why sometimes if I'm not feeling motivated, I just put it down and I come back to it when I am. Because if it's something like a hobby, then that's great. You don't want to get totally burnt out, forcing yourself to work on something that you don't want to work on. You know, you got to make something because you want to make it, or else it's not going to have your creative aspect or really reflect your vision of the project. And I think that's what's so great about making things, is you get to put a little part of you into it, that's what I love about it. I think that's what a lot of people love about it. So this is my second YouTube video, and I feel like myself, I'm getting back to the creative side of my life that I kind of left for a while. Hobbies and art and music. And YouTube has kind of been the source of that. There's been a lot of trends and philosophies that I've learned from, like, for example, the iPod trend and decentralizing your media and everything from your phone and the cloud. And those are things, and even your operating system. I've tried using more open source software, and also using my phone a lot less than I usually do. I've gotten my screen time down to like an hour a day, which I'm pretty proud of. It's mostly watching YouTube while I'm sitting on the toilet, which everybody does. That's okay. Although I really shouldn't. Yeah. And what kind of led me to this creative part of my life is, first I started by taking away all these things out of my life. Screen time, listening to music on Spotify, just in general less gaming, just decluttering my life. It made me bored, and I was also watching videos about boredom and how infinite scrolling whenever you're bored kind of takes away the creativity, because you have a lot of your best ideas when you're bored, and if you're always occupied, you don't have any thinking time, and if you don't have any thinking time, when are you thinking, you know? And I kind of sound crazy, but that's how it seemed for me. I deleted Instagram Reels and TikTok, and I just have more time now. And then I come up with ideas of how to use that time that are creative, as opposed to just wasting it on Instagram Reels. creating something. And that's something I used to love to do as a kid. I would love creating things, and I kind of had that taken away by my phone. But I'm back now, and it feels great. I want to thank Evan Monsma for being probably the biggest inspiration to get into YouTube, because I kind of like saw myself in him and thought that I could do that. I saw what he was doing, and I thought, obviously I'm not him, but I thought I can make YouTube videos about making things. That sounds fun, and now I'm doing it. That's enough rambling. Let me know what you think about the video in the comment section. Please leave a like if you think it deserves it. And thank you for your time. I gotta say, I do think it's a little ironic that at the moment of the recording this, which is right before I post this video, all of the projects that you saw in this video are not finished. And that's because they never will be finished. But there's things that I plan on doing to them right now that, well, what am I talking about? For instance, the desk isn't done. I want to add shelves on the bottom, and I intended to add that in this video, and the checkbox just isn't finished. But I want to get this video out so I can get feedback, and so I can put out more videos. And also, this video is at over 20 minutes already, so I guess this is just the kind of videos I make now. It's probably going to be about two projects in a video, and I'll probably do half of each project in each video, staggered, so you get the finishing of a project and the starting of a project. I think that's a cool way to make a video, because it's kind of like a cliffhanger strategy. I end the video with something, you know, you're gonna be wanting to watch the next video. Actually, I just came up with this while talking to you. I think that's pretty genius. So, yeah. Let me know what you think about the video, seriously. And thank you for your time, because I know my videos probably not the best. A lot of rambling and a lot of music. Also, let me know what you think about the music. And you can check it out at Cabbage Head, my music channel. Yeah, all the music you heard was from me and my friend on Cabbage Head, so check that out. Thank you.